Hello, everyone, and welcome back to SimplyEnglishPod. Really glad you could join us today.
Yeah, welcome. And for all of you listening who are working hard on your English.
We just wanted to say, well done. You're putting in the effort day in, day out.
Learning a language, it definitely has its ups and downs, doesn't it?
That really does. Sometimes you feel like you're flying, other times, maybe not so much.
But honestly, remember this. Every single bit you learn, every time you practice, even for a few minutes,
It all adds up. It's all progress. Even the small steps. You absolutely have this ability.
and consistency is, well, it's kind of the secret sauce, isn't it?
You don't need hours every single day. Seriously, even like 10 focused minutes.
It can make a huge difference, probably faster than you think.
It's got to believe in yourself. Trust the process. You can definitely do this.
And speaking of practice, some of you might remember we talked about English shadowing before.
Yeah, it's a great technique. For anyone new, or just as a quick refresh, shadowing is basically like being an echo.
You listen to a native speaker or someone fluent, and you repeat what they say almost right after them, trying to copy the sounds, the rhythm.
The intonation, yeah, how the voice goes up and down. It's like a workout for your speaking muscles.
And it really helps you sound more natural, more fluent. We definitely recommend giving it a try.
Which actually brings us perfectly to today's topic. We're heading to the airport.
Virtually, of course. But it's a place where you hear and need a lot of very practical English.
So it's ideal for learning new stuff and practicing that shadowing with real-world phrases.
Right. So we're going to cover 10 really useful phrases you'll probably hear or need to use yourself.
We'll also hit some key airport vocabulary, and then we'll do a little role play at the end, show you how it all fits,
And as we go through the 10 phrases, we'll say the phrase, explain it a bit.
and give you some alternatives, other ways to say the same thing.
And this is your perfect shadowing opportunity. After we say a phrase and its options, maybe hit pause.
Yeah, pause the recording and try saying it out loud. Copy the sounds, the rhythm. It really helps lock it in.
Ready to give it a go?
All right, let's dive in. Okay, first of our 10 phrases, remember, pause and shadow if you like.
Phrase number 1. Where is the check-in desk for Emirates? Where is the check-in desk for Emirates?
Okay, so this is probably one of the first things you'll need to ask right when you get there.
You need to find the right counter for your specific airline. Emirates, in this case, but it could be any airline.
So other ways to ask this, you could say, could you please tell me where the Emirates check-in is?
Or maybe a bit more direct. I'm looking for the Emirates check-in counter.
Okay, phrase number 2, this is one you'll likely hear.
Right, from the airline staff at check-in. Do you have any bags to check? Do you have any bags to check?
They're asking about your bigger suitcases, the ones that go in the cargo hold, not the ones you take on the plane.
So how might you answer? You could say, yes, just this one.
Or, yes, 2 bags, something like that.
Or if you only have hand luggage, no, I only have carry-on.
And if you need to ask about checking bags,
You could ask, can I check this bag?
or I need to check these bags. Pretty straightforward.
Phrase number 3, another one you'll hear quite a bit.
Can I see your passport and boarding pass, please? Can I see your passport and boarding pass, please?
Yeah, you'll hear this a lot. At check-in, security, probably again at the gate before you board.
Essential documents, they need to check who you are and that you're on the right flight. Standard procedure.
Other ways staff might phrase it,
Yeah.
maybe slightly more formally. May I have your passport and boarding pass?
Or just short and sweet. Passport and boarding pass, please.
All right, number 4. This is something you might ask.
What time is boarding, please? What time is boarding, please? Or you could also say, what time does boarding begin?
You just want to know when you can actually start getting onto the plane.
Alternatives for this one. Maybe, when should I be at the gate?
Or be really specific. Could you tell me the boarding time for flight EK349, please? using your flight number.
Okay, phrase 5. This is a common worry.
Is my flight on time? Is my flight on time?
Yeah, you want to know if it's leaving as scheduled or if there's a delay.
You could also ask directly about a delay. Is flight EK349 delayed?
Or flip it around. Could you confirm if flight EK349 is on schedule?
Number 6, finding your way around.
Where is gate C24?
So you've checked in, you're past security. Now you need to find the specific door for your flight.
This is how you ask for directions.
You could also ask, how do I get to gate C24?
Or could you point me towards gate C24?
Phrase 7. This is about preferences on the plane.
Can I have a window seat? Can I have a window seat?
Or the opposite, can I have an aisle seat?
The aisle seat is the one next to the walkway. You usually ask this at check-in, if you haven't chosen already.
Other ways to phrase it? Maybe a bit more polite. I'd prefer a window seat, if possible.
Or checking availability. Is there an aisle seat available?
Okay, phrase number 8. Hopefully you won't need this one, but
My luggage hasn't arrived. My luggage hasn't arrived. Or you could say, my baggage is missing.
yeah, this is what you'd say a baggage claim if your checked bags don't show up on the belt.
Not a fun situation. You could also say, I can't find my suitcase.
Or more officially, I need to report missing baggage.
Number 9, still at baggage claim, but this time finding the right belt.
Where is the baggage claim for flight EK349? Where is the baggage claim for flight EK349?
So you've landed. You need to know which moving belt or carousel has the bags from your flight.
You could also ask, based on where you came from, which carousel is for the flight from Dubai.
Or again, using the airline and flight number, how do I find the baggage claim for Emirates flight EK349?
And finally, phrase number 10. You've got your bags, you're heading out.
Where can I find a taxi? Or maybe, where can I find the bus to the city center?
Basically asking about onward travel from the airport, getting to your final destination.
You can ask more generally, what are the ground transportation options?
Or, how can I get to downtown from here? Downtown meaning the city center, usually.
Okay, that's the 10 key phrases. Hope those are useful.
Definitely useful. Now let's quickly cover some other important airport vocabulary you might hear or see on signs.
Good idea. First up,
Airline, we mentioned this. It's the company like Delta, EasyJet, Singapore Airlines.
then there's arrivals,
That's the area where passengers arrive, come into the airport after landing,
and the opposite is departures.
where you go to leave to start your journey.
Boarding pass, crucial one.
Your ticket to actually get on the plane has your seat number, gate info.
Carry-on luggage, also called hand luggage.
Yep, the small bags you take onto the plane with you, backpack, small suitcase.
Contrasted with checked baggage, or hold luggage.
Those are the bigger bags that go underneath in the cargo hold.
Conveyor belt, or carousel.
That's the moving belt, where you pick up your checked bags and arrivals. Customs.
The place where officials might check what goods you're bringing into the country, declarations and things. Immigration, or passport control, where they check your passport, your visa if you need one. Security check, everyone's favorite.
Yeah, where they scan you and your bags for anything prohibited. Terminal. The main airport building. Big airports might have several terminals, like Terminal 1, Terminal 2.
Gate,
The specific door or waiting area for your flight, like Gate B12 we heard earlier,
delayed,
means your flight is running late, not leaving on schedule.
canceled,
The flight isn't happening at all.
stopover.
If your journey involves multiple flights, this is the waiting time you have at an airport in between.
And lastly, duty-free.
Those shops you see after security, selling goods without certain taxes, perfume, alcohol, that kind of stuff.
Okay, quite a list there. Definitely good words to be familiar with.
For sure. They pop up everywhere in an airport.
Now, how about we see some of these phrases and words in a more natural context, a little role play?
Great idea. Let's set the scene. I'll be Alex, a passenger at the check-in desk,
Yeah,
and you can be the airline staff.
sounds good. Ready when you are, Alex? I'll start. Good morning. Where are you flying to today?
Good morning. I'm flying to London.
Okay. Can I see your passport, please?
Yes, here you are.
Thank you. Do you have any bags to check?
Yes, just this one suitcase.
All right. And do you have any carry-on luggage?
Yes, this backpack.
Perfect. Would you prefer a window or an aisle seat?
Can I have a window seat if possible?
Let me check. Yes, we have a window seat available for you. Here is your boarding pass. Your flight is on time. Boarding will be at gate B12 at 2:30 p.m.
Great, thank you. Sorry, where is gate B12?
Go through security check over there, then follow the signs for the B gates. It's on the left-hand side, past the duty-free shops.
Okay, through security, then follow signs for B gates.
Yeah.
Got it. And just to confirm, what time is boarding again?
Boarding is at 2:30 p.m.
Excellent. Thanks so much for your help.
You're welcome. Enjoy your flight to London. See how those phrases just slot into a normal conversation?
Yeah, it flows quite naturally. Practicing little dialogues like that is honestly really helpful.
Okay, before we wrap up, it's time for our Simply English Pod weekly challenge.
Get ready to practice. We've got 2 options for you this week.
Option 1, be an airport scene investigator. Find a short clip, maybe from a movie in English or a travel vlog on YouTube, showing an airport scene.
Watch it a couple of times. Listen closely.
And your challenge is to write down maybe 3 to 5 new words or short phrases about airports or travel that you hear used naturally. Things we didn't cover, maybe.
Yeah, see what real people say in that context and think about what you noticed.
Option 2, create your own dialogue. Try writing a really short airport conversation, maybe just 3 or 4 lines long.
Use at least 3 of the phrases we talked about today.
Could be passenger and staff, like a role play, or maybe 2 friends meeting. Your choice.
And if you're feeling brave, read it out loud. Good practice.
We'd genuinely love to see what you find or create. Share your new words from option 1 or your mini dialogue from option 2 down in the comments section.
It's a great way to practice, and everyone can learn from each other too.
So that just about brings us to the end of this episode on Essential Airport English.
We covered 10 phrases, some key vocabulary, did a little role play. Hope it felt useful for your learning journey.
And remember, really, consistency and believing in yourself, they're your best friends in language learning.
And maybe one key tip for the airport itself. Listen carefully, but don't ever hesitate to ask for clarification.
Yeah, if you didn't catch something, just ask. Sorry, could you repeat that? Or could you say that more slowly? People are usually happy to help.
Definitely. Are there other airport phrases you find useful, or maybe ones you find a bit tricky?
Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear them.
And if you found this episode helpful, maybe give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to Simply English Pod if you haven't already.
Yeah, hit that notification bell too so you don't miss our next one. And feel free to share this with any friends who are also learning English.
Thanks so much for tuning in today.
We really appreciate it. We're already working on the next episode, planning something useful for you.
And hey, if you have topic ideas you'd like us to cover, drop them in the comments too.
Keep practicing, keep believing. And if you happen to be traveling soon, have a safe and smooth journey. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Safe travels.